Toyota dealerships want you to think their parts counter is the only safe option. Meanwhile, there is a section in Walmart, tucked between the tires and the car wash supplies, that quietly stocks parts good enough to run in a Toyota engine for hundreds of thousands of miles. Technicians know about it. Most will not bring it up because it does not help their bottom line. Today, I am walking through 5 of those parts, what they actually do, where exactly to find them on your Toyota, and why they have earned a reputation as the best-kept secret in car maintenance. Let's get into it. Goldmine number 1, SuperTech Full Synthetic Motor Oil. This is the one that catches people off guard the most, because Walmart oil sounds like a compromise. It isn't. SuperTech Full Synthetic is manufactured to meet APISN+ and ILSACGF6 standards, which are the exact same industry certifications that Toyota's own factory fill oil has to meet. That means viscosity, oxidation resistance, and wear protection all land in the same performance category as the bottles sitting behind the dealership counter with a Toyota logo slapped on them. The oil goes into your engine through the oil fill cap, which sits on top of the valve cover, usually marked with a small oil can icon. Independent lab testing over the years has repeatedly shown SuperTech's synthetic formulas performing on par with name-brand synthetics like Mobil 1 and Pennzoil in wear metal analysis. The additive packages differ slightly between brands, but the baseline protection for a Toyota's Camry-style 4-cylinder or a Highlander's V6 is more than adequate. What most owners don't realize is that Toyota doesn't manufacture its own oil. It buys certified oil from third-party suppliers and rebrands it, then charges a premium for the badge. SuperTech skips that markup entirely. For a car that calls for 5W30 or 0W20, you're looking at a fraction of the dealership price for oil that meets the identical certification your Toyota's owner's manual actually requires. Techs won't tell you this because oil changes are one of the most profitable recurring services a dealership offers. Goldmine number 2, SuperTech Oil Filters. This one is where the Goldmine reputation really comes from, because of a detail most drivers never think to check. Many aftermarket oil filter brands, including budget store brands, are manufactured in the same factories that produce filters for well-known name brands. The filter housing sits underneath the engine, threaded onto the engine block, and it is responsible for trapping metal shavings, carbon particles, and sludge before they can circulate through the oil pump and damage your Toyota's bearings and cam journals. A cheap filter with a weak anti-drain back valve can allow oil to drain out of the filter overnight, leaving your engine running dry for those critical first seconds at startup, which is exactly the window where most engine wear happens. SuperTech filters use a silicone anti-drain back valve rather than a rubber one in many of their part numbers, which holds up better over time and resists hardening. The filter media itself is rated to trap particles down to a similar micron range as name-brand filters costing 3 or 4 times as much. For a Corolla, RAV4, or Camry, matching the correct part number to your engine size is the only real homework required, and Walmart's fitment guide handles that automatically when you search your vehicle. Dealerships rarely mention store-brand filters because the filter itself is bundled into the labor cost of an oil change, and there is no incentive to point you toward a $2 alternative. If you are finding this useful, go ahead and hit like on this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps me keep making videos like this that actually save you money instead of steering you toward the dealership. Goldmine. Number 3. Everstart batteries. A dead battery is one of the most common reasons Toyotas end up on a tow truck, and most drivers assume a dealership battery is somehow engineered specifically for their car. In reality, Toyota's own replacement batteries are sourced from major battery manufacturers and rebranded the same way the oil is. Everstart, Walmart's in-house battery line, is manufactured by Clarios, formerly Johnson Controls, which happens to be one of the largest automotive battery producers in the world and supplies plenty of original equipment batteries to major car manufacturers. The battery sits under the hood, usually toward the front corner on the passenger or driver side depending on the model, held down by a small bracket and connected by 2 terminal clamps. Everstart's Max and Platinum lines carry cold cranking amp ratings that match or exceed Toyota's factory specifications, and they come with warranties ranging from 3 to 5 years depending on the tier you choose. That warranty is honored nationwide at any Walmart, which is actually more convenient than a dealership warranty that usually requires you to return to the specific service department. Techs won't bring this up because battery replacement is a high-margin add-on service, and steering you toward an in-house battery keeps that margin intact. The only real step on your end is matching the battery group size, which is printed on your current battery and easily searchable, so the replacement drops into the exact same tray without modification. Goldmine number 4. Engine air filters and cabin air filters. These two get lumped together because they're both overlooked in the same way, and both are absurdly overpriced when a dealership installs them. The engine air filter lives inside a black plastic housing under the hood, usually a rectangular box near the front of the engine bay, held shut by spring clips or screws. Its job is to keep dust, debris, and road grit out of the intake system before air reaches the throttle body. A clogged air filter forces the engine to work harder to pull in air, which can quietly reduce fuel economy and throttle response over time. The cabin air filter is a completely separate part, usually hidden behind the glove box or under the dashboard, and its job is filtering the air that blows through your vents, not your engine. A dirty cabin filter is why some Toyotas start smelling musty or blowing weaker air conditioning, even though nothing mechanical is wrong. Walmart carries both SuperTech and name brand options like Fram in the exact filter sizes Toyota specifies for models like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, and the price difference compared to a dealership swap is significant, since dealerships often charge a flat labor rate for a job that takes most owners under 10 minutes once they know where to look. Independent testing on particulate filtration for these budget filters shows performance well within the range needed for daily driving conditions. Techs rarely bring this up because filter replacement is bundled into routine service packages, and it's an easy add-on that inflates the bill without much extra labor on their end. Goldmine. Number 5. Rain-X windshield wiper blades. This one seems minor until you realize how often dealerships mark up something this simple. Wiper blades are one of the most neglected maintenance items on any car, mostly because they degrade slowly, and drivers don't notice the streaking and skipping until visibility during a storm becomes genuinely dangerous. The blades attach directly to the wiper arms that sit at the base of your windshield, and replacing them typically involves lifting the arm away from the glass and unclipping the old blade before snapping in the new one. Rain-X, which Walmart stocks extensively, uses a beam-style blade design in many of its product lines rather than the older frame-style design, which distributes pressure more evenly across the windshield and resists ice buildup better in cold climates. Consumer testing organizations have repeatedly ranked Rain-X blades competitively against premium brands like Bosch Icon for clearing performance and streak resistance, often at half the price. For a Tacoma, Tundra, or any Toyota model, matching the correct blade length for the driver and passenger side is the only variable, and that information is printed in the owner's manual or easily searchable by model year. Dealerships often charge a significant markup for wiper blade replacement, partly because it's framed as a safety inspection item, when in reality it's one of the simplest swaps in the entire car. So why don't Toyota techs volunteer any of this? It comes down to incentive structures. Dealership service departments generate a meaningful portion of their revenue from routine maintenance items, oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, precisely because these are frequent, predictable, and easy to upsell. A customer who knows SuperTech oil meets the same certification as the factory fill, or that Everstart batteries come from the same manufacturer supplying other automakers, is a customer who stops paying dealership markup on parts that were never proprietary to begin with. None of this means dealership parts are bad, or that every Walmart part is automatically the right choice for every situation. Specialty components, certain sensors, and anything tied to warranty work still belong in the hands of a certified shop. But for the recurring maintenance items that make up the bulk of what keeps a Toyota running reliably for 200,000 or 300,000 miles, the parts sitting on Walmart's automotive shelves are frequently identical in certification, and sometimes identical in manufacturer, to what's sold behind the dealership counter at a fraction of the cost. Knowing where to look and knowing which part numbers actually fit your specific model turns routine maintenance from a recurring expense into something closer to pocket change. If you found this helpful, consider checking out the next video, where I break down which Toyota maintenance habits actually make the difference between an engine that dies at 150,000 miles and one that's still running strong past 400,000.